As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, 8 rebounds and 4 steals. He's been their leader, stirring the drink at the offensive end and then anchoring the defense.
And yeah, Clark, what an example he's been setting out there.
Champ out there with Dragic. Then it's P. Then it's DeMarre Carroll. And it's Hibbert in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Here's Champ. He dishes it to Dragic. Shot clock at 5. Here's P. The good-looking shot from the wing. P's got the first bucket of the third here for the Raptors. Ball, the pass to Levine. Takes it from 10. They get it back. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. These players have been all about defense lately. Here are the steal leaders in the NBA this month. Goran Dragic 4th. And, of course, Champ.
Between these two guys, it's been quite a month of thievery. Just look at the steals for them over that period of time.
No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. Dragic with it. The dish now to Carroll. He feeds it to Hibbert. Pass to Champ. Puts up a 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Champ's got 15.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Outside DeRozan. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And he gets it to go.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Here's Dragic, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. And Champ gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Dishes to Vucevic. Vucevic setting the pick for DeRozan. Pass the ball. Plumlee with a screen on Dragic. Back to Vucevic. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Vucevic has got 19 points.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
The pass to Champ. To the right side. It's Hibbert with the drive.
And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man, listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds, with the wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And he makes the first but misses the second. Levine kicks to Plumlee. Passes the ball. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's Vucevic. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter. Well, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Clark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one-off season. And I tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed. The Bulls have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Levine. Plumlee dishes to Levine. Hibbert on the double team. Carroll against DeRozan. Goes back up. He lays it in. DeRozan's got 15 points.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
They set the pick. And it's Carroll in the corner, right wing. Dragic with a wide open look. Goes back up. Champ. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
So far in the game for Champ, 15 points. And from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Well, when he squared himself up and gotten good looks, he's knocked them down.
It's his first trip to the line.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
The Raptors making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. DeRozan's shot is good.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Plumlee with the steal. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Picked by Vucevic. Feeds it to Levine. No good on the 3. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. P passes to Dragic, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Dragic has got 7.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Pass the ball. He kicks to Plumlee. The layup off target. The Raptors have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Got it. Nice one there from Levine. 11 points in the game. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Chicago.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
Here's P. Can't hit. Great D that time from Vucevic. To the middle. Levine, good. Levine's got 13.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Toronto calls timeout. Nice game. Great performance by Nikola Vucevic.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Champ, 17 points in the game. Hibbert with the screen. Champ the pass to Hibbert. Clock at 6. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Hibbert's got 7 points in the game.
And that's a nice possession. Did a good job to get that open shot.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Fires the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
Now Dragic following the three-point attempt by DeRozan. Hibbert with the screen. To the wing right side. Here's P. A beautiful reverse layup. P's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
So it's Chicago now, down low. Vucevic, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Vucevic has got 23 points.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Outside DeRozan. Another miss by DeRozan. For Toronto, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. From 13, and it comes off the front of the rim. Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Here's Ball. Cannot hit. Great D that time from Hibbert.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
And it's Dragic off the drive. That one goes. Count it. Dragic has got 9 points.
I really hope he doesn't try that move again. It worked the one time, but he's not the guy to be working the crossover. And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
And the Bulls with another miss.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Dragic kicks to Patterson. Tries it from 9. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. 6 points for him. And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space 4. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially.
Here's Dragic after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. It's no good. He is 4 for 10 in the game. Dragic has gone 4 of 10 here, has 6 misses. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
And here are the Raptors now. The Bulls getting the bucket. Good.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
The Bulls shooting in offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. It's DeRozan with the drive. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He almost... got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Some changes for Toronto. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Hibbert. Henderson comes in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Joseph in for Goran Dragic. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Vucevic. Gerald Green comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Brooks checked in for Zach LaVine. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Ball. That's good. Now here's Rose. 11 points in the game. And Champ gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Chicago has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Brooks dishes to Rose. Lets it go from 11, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Toronto's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Here's Champ. 19 points in the game. And there's the pass to P. Brooks grabs the board. Brooks has got his third rebound tonight. It's tipped. P. Brooks covering. Passes it to Champ. Jacks up a 3. There's the bucket. Good. Champ's got 10 points in just the second half.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Rose goes in. And that one's good. Rose has got 15.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Toronto's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Here's Champ, guarded by Green. And there's the foul. It'll go on Aaron Brooks. That's his first foul. Damari Carroll's checked in for Champ.
Damari Carroll.
1:02 left to play here in the third. Screen by Scola. P passes to Scola. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Brooks. He averages about 5 points a game. Kicks it to Dunleavy. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Toronto shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Now the feed to Joseph. Screen by Scola. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Carroll's got 6 points.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And it's Rose penetrating, and it's blocked. They retain possession. Here's Green. But they get it back. And again, it's Derrick Rose. Rose has got 6 here in this quarter.
Nice piece of work there. Get yourself a little space and pull the trigger.
Now Joseph. 1 second left, and that's not going to go. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Bulls opening up a huge gap. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. So it's Chicago now. So for Chicago right now, we've got Dunleavy. Green is out there with Brooks. Then it's McDermott, and it's Bairstow in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Joseph, following the basket by Doug McDermott. And Joseph kicks to Scola.
And one record that is going to be very hard for any player to ever match is the Iron Man streak. That record's held by AC Green as he played in 1,192 consecutive games. That kind of durability is going to be hard to match in the modern NBA.
Now here's Brooks. Pass to Bairstow. And the wide open shot from Green. Misses the three.
The clear look at the hoop, he doesn't miss many of those.
And Joseph kicks to Scola. Over to the wing. Now the dish to Joseph. Lets it go with the three. And it's Dunleavy with the rebound. And Chicago shooting so well, 63%, the offense working as one cohesive unit. Brooks outside. There's a good screen. And here's Green outside. Can't hit, so the Raptors will take it the other way. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Here's Green after Toronto got the three-pointer. And it's blocked. Now here's Joseph. Brooks covering. Mike Dunleavy is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for the Raptors. Patterson, the screen.
Well, this is nothing new. There is some debate on how successful max contracts have been in the NBA. A lot of players have demanded max contract money, but haven't lived up to the pay. And in my opinion, there are only about 15 guys worthy of max contracts in the league in any given year.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. Well, we were talking about max contracts. There are arguments to their benefits. Commissioner Adam Silver said last year that he feels they help with parity. What do you think?
You know, for the most part, I do believe he's correct. I mean, they do help with parity. For guys like LeBron and Durant, let's face it, the big max contract can be a hindrance. They're probably considered to be worth far more than they're paid. But it's going to be something that is debated back and forth throughout the next negotiations for the CBA.
The drive by Brooks. Off with the layup. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Kept alive. Here's Henderson. And he can't jam it through. Now Chicago has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Green. Lets it go from deep. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
And here is Patterson. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Here's Brooks. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. He dishes it to Green. He feeds it to Bairstow. Shot's good.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And Joseph kicks to Snell. No good with the triple. The Bulls shooting around 60% on the night. Amazing work offensively so far. Bairstow dishes to Brooks. Lets it fly from 18. And the Bulls get it back. Second chance shot, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling. Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last few years, but now we really feel like we're in a golden age for point guards. So many point guards on so many teams are the leaders and best players on their teams. You can name a dozen all-star level point guards in the league right now.
And that one falls for Brooks. To illustrate just how strong the point guard position is right now, Greg, in the NBA, just take a look at the point guards who did not make the All-Star team a season ago. Wow.
You know, in both conferences, it's almost as if we're in the midst of a point guard renaissance for the NBA. I mean, MVP Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on and on with the great players at that position.
And Joseph kicks to Snell. Knocks down the three ball. Snell's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
The drive by Brooks, and that one's good.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Now here's Henderson. Patterson passes to Joseph. Back to Patterson. And another basket for Toronto. Here's Brooks.
Well, you know, we're far enough away from the 2013 draft where we can start to get a feel for just how strong it was. I mean, initial feeling was it was a weak draft, but there have been some gems coming out of it of late.
Now here's Joseph. Dishes it to Snell. Taken away. Brooks with it. And stolen by Biyombo. Now here's Joseph. Tight defense on him. Snell kicks to Biyombo. Fades and shoots. And the Raptors tack on 2 more. And for the 2013 draft class, not sure if there are going to be a lot of All-Stars from that class, but there are quite a bit of rotational players that are effective.
And Kevin, listen, there's still a chance to see a couple of All-Stars emerge from the class, as there are some elite talents that just need time to grow. And overall, there weren't too many complete misses. Almost every lottery pick is a rotation player at this point.
Now here's Biyombo. Shot clock at 6. And Joseph kicks to Patterson. The 3. Rebounded by McDermott.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Here's Henderson.
Oh, look, league business clearly doing well. Franchises, values are skyrocketing, and a new TV deal kicking in next season as well. It represents the largest expansion of league revenues in history.
Ross is checked in for Toronto.
Let's go.
Now here's Patterson. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Doug McDermott. And the NBA's TV deal paying about 3 times as much per year as the previous deal.
And it's changing the math as far as the salary cap and contract negotiations go. For the fans out there, don't get sticker shock. The players expect to share in these revenues.
The first free throw is good. Terrence Ross, an explosive young player who can really put on a show. Clark, jaw-dropping, highlight reel dunks are his specialty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Tremendous athlete, great bounce and elevation and creativity. Won the slam dunk contest as a rookie.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And back to Terrence Ross. Sometimes the show he puts on is of the scoring variety. He threw in 51 against the Clippers 2 seasons ago. Great lift and form on his shot.
Now here's Green. Feeds to Bairstow. Just 5 to shoot. Here's McDermott, and he drops that one in. McDermott's got 4 this quarter. Toronto's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th.
You know, one thing I think about with Terrence Ross is he can be all or nothing. His game moves up and down like a roller coaster or an echocardiogram. I mean, he's up, he's way up, and he's down. Look out below.
Now here's Ross from deep. The shot misses. Green against Henderson. And it's Brooks at the elbow. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
And Toronto making a change here. Scola's checked in.
You know, it hasn't always been the case in the NBA, but parity is at a great spot right now. Every team can compete for a title or end up last in their conference, it seems. It's something the NBA wanted and ultimately now has achieved.
Now here's Joseph. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses. And speaking of NBA parity, it's impossible to go from last to first in a single year, but it can happen in a 3-year span.
And that's all you really want from a fan's perspective, hope. To illustrate the parity, all 4 teams in the conference finals from last year were different from the year before.
Now here's Brooks. From deep three-point range, and he recovers it. Again, the miss by Brooks.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep, though.
And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Now here's Joseph. Pass to Scola. It's Henderson on the wing. Back to Scola. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
On the wing, Green. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Toronto, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Screen by Scola. Baseline J on the way, and the shot no good, a bit short. Well, the Bulls shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Green kicks to McDermott. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Scola. No good from Ross. The pass to Brooks. Back to Green. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
Free throw good, Green.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been. The 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
Right, he's checked in for Corey Joseph. And both free throws good for Green.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer.
Now here's Ross. Here's Scola. And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it. And for Louis Scola, a very different role for him over the last 2 years. I mean, he was a starter for most of his career, then signed with Indiana, who had David West at the 4. Off the bench, though, Scola still played efficiently, but he was just used to putting up much bigger numbers for other teams.
Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Gerald Green. And the free throw, no good. Greg, you were talking about Scola. He has the physical skills, Clark, to make a difference.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, he's not spectacular in anything, but he's really solid in just about everything. A pro's pro, and he adds value, tremendous value to any team he's on.
There's Stowe.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. He's off on the second. Toronto shooting at 42% in this final quarter. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Scola sets a screen for Henderson. He kicks it to Scola. Toronto needs to get off the shot. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play. You know, Clark, losing teams, handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system, but it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point, though.
Plumlee is checked in for the Bulls.
Well, we all know that #1 overall picks are incredibly valuable. I mean, they can change the course and face of an entire franchise. Last season, the playoffs were full of teams that featured #1 overall picks.
Here's Bairstow, and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And they're going to get the second game between these two clubs just like they took the first. This will put them up 2-0 with 2 games left to play in their season series against the Raptors.
A good win, and a lot went into it, but I just like the showing for Vucevic. You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Plumlee with a screen on Ross. Here's Brooks. Toronto grabs the miss.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
And the shot is good.
Man, this fourth quarter has been tremendous. They have been exceptional from deep.
Yeah, a bunch of their points coming from long range here. A major barrage.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Nick, a terrific team win and certainly a great performance for you. Does it ever surprise you that you're able to contribute in so many ways to the team's success in a game like this?
I mean, I wouldn't say it surprised me. I always knew I could play at this level, but I just play hard. Just play hard and get things happen. I don't try to force anything. I just let the game come to me, and I play hard. Rebounds. Like I said, it's a lot about effort. That's what I can do every night. And points are gonna come some nights. Sometimes they won't. But I just take what I get and just keep playing.
Nick, thank you. Guys, this is a young man who believes in himself.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Vucevic.
Let me tell you guys, Vucevic has a lot going for him, and I'm not talking about the cool name. His basketball IQ is crazy high. He makes great decisions and rarely turns it over.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.